one of us first?
Yeah. I guess I'll talk to you first.
Alrighty.
Come on over here. My camera's still on.
Yeah, my camera's on.
So what happened?
Alright, so call for trespassing. Okay.
Yep.
Victims up there states that this is his property, confirmed through GIS with his MBA and GIS that he is who he says he is. Says this is his property. People are fishing or getting around he believes that they're getting around the payment fee at Elms Beach to fish on his property and the government property. There's a little square on GIS that says it's owned by the United States government. So they're down there, but in order to get to there, they have to go through his property.
Okay.
Okay. So, going to tell them they need to leave. Victim says, I don't want anything. I just want them to leave. Okay. Then
Is this our suspect?
yes, suspect vehicle. We get here. I'm driving down the road waiting for him. I see this car pull up. I get out, try to talk to him, be like, hey, this is what's going on. Okay. You're trespassing. They just want you to leave, but I need your information. Okay. Because you're still committing a crime. Okay. It's posted. I don't need to charge you. I have discretion not to charge you. However, you're still committing a crime. I need your identification. Refused to identify. Started reaching around in the vehicle for what I don't know.
Okay.
So 4:30 was trying to run the tag, but he couldn't because of officer safety reasons. So we can't get a tag to try to get the RO's information, look up an MVA photo of him, and confirm his identity. Therefore, he's hindering our investigation because of that. Refused to exit the vehicle. Upon my commands, gave him several opportunities to exit the vehicle. Tried to show him that he is the victim is the owner of this, and he just flat out said no. He said I don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it. So I'm like, okay. Eventually, to the use of force part, I told him to exit his vehicle based off of him reaching around, his detainment and his uncooperativeness. Told him to exit the vehicle, refused to exit, opened the door. At first, all I did was grab his hand, and we're sitting there talking for a minute. I try to just pull his hand a little bit. He immediately pulls it back. So I knew he wasn't going to...
He's still seated in the car, right?
Yes, he's still seated in the car. I knew he wasn't going to do this peacefully. So I grabbed him on his right... Sorry. I grabbed his... it'd be his left tricep. So I grabbed his wrist, left wrist here, left tricep, and told him, like, I eventually had enough, and I started yelling at him, like, you need to exit the vehicle right now. And he still refused to exit, Eventually, I don't know if I pulled him. It was a combination of him being able to stand up on his own and pulling him. He got out of the car, started still blabbing at the mouth, yelling at us, resisting, and...
This is all at the point when you had a 10-3, right?
Yeah. No. Yes. I said 10-3 because I was I had a hold of him.
Then you said use of force, I think.
Yes.
Okay.
So, called 10-3. He's outside the car, and... From what I can remember, either he wouldn't put his hands behind his back just for detainment again because he was reaching for things in the vehicle.
Okay.
So I said ground, and we took him placed him over here somewhere. I think he ended up right here. He hit his face, claiming that we were putting his knees on his chest. I checked Wagner's knee and had space in between his back and his knee, and he was breathing and talking to us just fine.
Okay.
He had complaint of chest and knee pain.
Chest and leg or something.
Yes, one of the two.
Okay.
He was still mouthing off when he was down there, asking for his glasses, asking for his phone. He was recording the entire time, which doesn't matter, but he was saying that we're violating his rights. Got him up and placed him in the car, searched and placed him in the car.
Okay. And you explained to him, like, he's still committing a crime, so that's the reason you need to identify him.
Yes, I tried. He said, what is the crime? I said, trespass on real property, or on private property. He said, no. And I'm like, well, yes. He's like, this is government. I said, it's private property. You are on private property right now. So I honestly don't know what it doesn't seem like I think there's some 1096 behavior, maybe.
Okay. How'd y'all ID him?
Because we just ran his car, and he gave his name to Hirsch once he was already out of handcuffs. I don't remember his name being said at all. He didn't tell me his name. I asked for identification. I asked for him to identify himself. He said, I'm not going to do that.
Okay. So, all right, so for the use of force part.
Yep.
He's in the car. You don't extract him directly to the ground. He gets out because you pulled him.
I'm pretty sure it's a combination of
him
telling him to
getting
get out.
out.
Wagner comes over at this point. We get him out, and as soon as he gets out, and he pulls, or he gets out, and I just say ground because of his behavior.
So it wasn't like he gets out and pauses and then he went to the ground. It was
it was get out, pause, ground. Like we were trying to get. I think he was still trying to either sit.
Okay.
It was all happening so fast.
Okay.
Either way, I said ground. We threw him took him to the ground, and that's when I think it's in this. It's probably right here.
Like right, yeah. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
I mean that's where it's all laying down. Or
did
like,
y'all handcuff him in the prone position?
Yes, handcuffed him in the prone position. He did not resist being handcuffed at that point once he was down though.
Okay. Was he actively resisting when he was out of the car and standing up? Is that why?
From what I can remember, yes. I think he was still turning. He was turning. And like speaking from what I understand, but it was still hard to get his hands behind his back. There was no way.
Okay.
Due to, again,
so he was actively resisting.
Yes, that and his behavior in the car was a big part of it.
Okay.
Because of the reaching around, I don't know what he had on him. That's why I was like ground. Like I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, I wasn't playing with this guy due to his behavior and then already reaching around. I wasn't.
He's still handcuffed, right?
Yeah, he's handcuffed right now.
Okay.
So it's all level 1.
Or the takedown level 2.
Okay.
But
all right. With injuries is what he's claiming.
okay, I'll handle all that. So, let me talk to Wagner real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Was it just y'all two that had
yes.
support and first had a witness, I guess?
No.
Was she even here yet?
No. As far as I know, trespass on private property and the hindering.
And it sounds like resisting arrest.
Well, we didn't tell him he was actually under arrest,
Okay.
so I don't think we have that.
Okay.
But we have the hindering and then the trespassing.
Okay. Well, as far as for the case goes, you have all this guy's horsepower, right?
We're gonna,
victim?
I believe so. We're gonna try to get that through NBA. He says he's a registered owner. I want to confirm through a photo.
I would snap photos of the big no trespassing sign right at the entrance too.
Yeah, I'm gonna go do that.
Hey, Wagner. I'm still 80. Are you on?
Yes, sir.
Okay, good. So what happened?
So I'm at 14 at the entrance here. We talked to victim and witness, which victim is James Moore the third. Witness is James
That's
Moore.
the gentleman down there, right?
Yes, sir. He's
okay.
and James Moore the fourth is the son. They own this property. There's two posted signs on the front. He said that they went down here. They talked to this guy already, told him to leave, and he said that I'm not leaving. You're just picking on me because of my race. And he was recording them. I got all their horsepower, entered them in the car, and 414 started going down this way and started coming behind him. I saw this car stopped. Right away, we contacted the driver here. Wouldn't identify. He was told he was detained. He was like, I'm trying to leave right now. And we said, we understand that, but we're trying to identify you because right now you're committing a crime, trespass.
He was driving out as you guys were driving down
Yes,
here?
sir.
Okay.
Because that's how we met right here.
Okay.
So this is James Moore's private property.
Okay.
Apparently there's a government, we haven't been down there at all yet. Apparently there's a government, a Navy thing down there that people come down here, and I guess they've had issue with, I don't know specifically him before, but other people.
Okay.
And they use his road, and it's a private road.
Okay.
And they have this issue all the time. So then I was on the passenger side the majority of the time until contact was made over here. Then I came around to help 414.
Okay.
But he was just reaching around. I did run his tag. They did come back.
Was he refusing to identify himself to 414?
Correct.
Okay.
The only time he identified himself and gave a name is when 343 got here, and it was a new person, and he was willing to talk to her. Gave a name and things like that as we were putting him in the car and searching him. Would tell us the name. I did run the tag, and it sounds like I haven't looked at NBA or anything like that, but I couldn't get back to my car at the time because he was reaching around and digging around the car.
So tell me about the force you guys used.
So it was probably several minutes. He was like, "Sir, you need to get out of the car." So, sort of slow, and eventually, he just grabbed his arm and he said, "Sir, you need to get out of the car." Sir,
you guys in Stillwell?
Yes.
Okay.
At that time, when he grabbed him, the driver here, he put his foot on the brake. I opened the passenger door and I took the keys, so that way it couldn't hurt one of us or hit the car.
Okay.
I took the keys out of the ignition, put them in my back pocket, and I put them back on the hood. And then it was slow for a little bit longer, and then as he started to pull away from Stillwell a little bit, I think, I came around the side of the car.
Pulled away from Stillwell when? After
when he was sitting in the car.
Okay, sitting in the
car. Because he had it like the regular escort here.
He would have Stillwell would have had his left arm.
Just like that.
Okay.
Get left arm. Giving him several commands. As I started coming around, he got very loud. Sir, you need to get out of the car. Get out of the car. Very loud. I came out and I started pulling him out of the car. I didn't get a hand on him until he was stepped out of the car and he was like this. put his hands up, pulling his hands away, and I grabbed his right arm, escort hold, and then he started to pull away, like active resistance, like he meant
Okay.
here. And then he got on the ground here, and I put him in custody.
How did he get on the ground? Did y'all take him to the
Yes.
ground? Okay. And y'all cuffed him in a prone position?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How much time, like, was there a pause? Like, he gets out of the car, pause?
There was a slow pause. There was a slow pause.
I just mean it could be a couple seconds. I'm not, like...
He got out of the car.
About how long?
We were kind of standing here for a second.
Okay.
And then we were trying to handcuff him, and he kept pulling his arms away and up and trying to record and up.
Okay.
And at that point, told the TSA, we're going to the ground. We're going to the ground.
Okay.
And I did like a escort hold, put my foot against his leg, put him on the ground. I couldn't see what he was
So
doing.
your first use of force was after he's already out of the car?
He was like stepping. He was probably like a leg out, like kind of
So,
halfway out of the car.
In the process of getting out of the car, he's flailing his arms around you,
Secure
secure
right
one of
arm.
his arms, and then he's still resisting, so you take him to the ground for cuffing.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right. Can you confirm the name that he gave you with his MBA?
Yes, sir. I
Confirm that.
think 364 said it was him, but I haven't even been back to my car at all.
Okay. Will you double check on that for me, please?
Those are his keys, and his wallet came out of his pocket. I haven't looked in his wallet. I think someone else did. And that was his phone.
Okay. Oh, hey, do you remember, was he seatbelted or y'all unseatbelted him?
Seatbelted.
No seatbelt? Okay.
Not that I remember at all. All right, I'll go look at the MBA profile now. We're off right here, Sarge.
Okay.
It is in that MBA.
What's his name?
Jemiah Forbes. Jemiah Forbes.
Is he in the car? He is.
Akeem Forbes. I don't know any of that info. Akeem. I'm going to go off for a second to speak to 414 or 430 administrative conversation.